son to get one that's right. And then there's the other one who, no matter what you say, they're hating it, right? I don't understand why people can't be like me. Look at it, go, that doesn't really work, but oh well, and move on. Just move on.
I think
I'll give you an example. I was talking to someone today. So, All Good Things is coming.
Sure.
Well, let me not say that. Hold on. I have another Star Trek podcast, right? And my co-host there, and it's not announced yet, so I'm not saying the names, but whatever. If you've been paying attention to United Federation of Podcasts, you know what I'm talking about. So my co-host there is now inviting other people to be guests, right? And one of said guests is negative about just about everything in Star Trek at post 1993, I think. So my question to them is, why even bother watching? And I don't care. And if I say I don't care, don't do backflips to try and make it why I don't care and you care. Just you don't like it and I do. End of story.
Right.
The difference between you and I, he went on about how Khan is not Indian anymore, and they had to give it. They needed an explanation, and it made perfect sense that they wrote a book that he had plastic surgery. Look, the fact that you need a book that says he had plastic surgery to look like Cumberbatch is ridiculous to me. Just look at it, go, okay, not who I'd pick, but he was cool. I mean, just move on. Should he look like Cumberbatch? Probably not. Did it make that big of a difference to the story? Absolutely not.
I agree.
But I had a hour and 45-minute conversation about this. Explain to me why it's so important that he doesn't look like that.
I think that's just for the truism.
No, it's just for the people who are looking for things to complain about are going to find them and they're going to pound on it. Now, I know this is kind of funny hearing it from me since I just beat up the fact that this guy shouldn't care about Yoda and the fact that the Mandalorian hasn't won a fist fight yet. But I need something to talk about here. And honestly, I can move on and just like the episode.
Yeah.
In 4 years, I'm not going to still be screaming about these fist fights. I'm just not.
Well, in 4 years, we hope he wins a fist fight. That's
If he doesn't in 4 years, I'm done. I'm not watching. But the point is that's the other option. If you're looking for things to hate, just stop watching. Just stop. Just don't watch the show. Yeah. Anyway, rant over. Moving along here. So I did like the fact that we did get everyone back together, including this stupid droid that just wanted to kill him, and that everyone was kind of leery of said droid in the beginning.
Yes.
Because it makes sense, even though he's like, no, but I reprogrammed him. I don't care.
And we actually get to see a little bit into more of the character development of Mando as to why he and droids don't go well together. And in that episode. And that's where...
Yeah, but...
Go ahead.
We don't need that either. I mean, cool. But I know... And I only say this because I think it was great they wrote it in. I think it was phenomenal. However, I've been hearing a lot of mutterings about this online, and people just hated droids. That's just a fact of the Star Wars universe. Droids were not trusted throughout the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I don't understand why people are making such a big deal that he doesn't like droids.
Yeah, I could see that because you see
we don't serve their kind.
Exactly what I was going to bring up.
It was from the very beginning, and why? It was because the Imperial Guard used droids in their wars, which is why when the droids were used, then they brought in the clones to fight wars because people hated the droids because the droids were the military machine. So there's always been a racism towards droids. So the fact that Mando has one, I'm not condoning racism, people. However, the fact that Mando has one, I don't understand why that surprises so many people.
I don't think it is either. Did I think it was needed? I thought it was cool that they wrote it in like you. Did I think it was needed? No, I think it was just a filler to build up the character of the droid.
Right, yeah, no, and I liked it, don't get me wrong, but I just don't understand why people needed... There were so many people that needed this answer, like, now we get why he hates them. I mean, other than the fact that everybody except for the 7 people in this show hate droids throughout the entire galaxy, yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's been completely forgotten that just the universe is racist towards droids all of a sudden. Like, everyone else didn't see the scene. We don't serve their kind.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers that scene?
I do.
It stuck out like a sore thumb when I was a kid.
And we get to see that same. I believe it's the same cantina in 8. But sticking with episode 7, I mean, I do. I really do. But sticking with episode 7, I really think this is a great start to a 2-part finale. How everything builds up. I will concede and I will accept the fact that you do not like the Ugnaught.
No, whoa. Now you put words in my mouth. Hold on. I like the Ugnaught. That part of his character didn't make sense to me.
Okay.
He is, however, my wife and son's favorite character of the show, and dies. So that didn't work out. But one thing I did like about him is he does say that when he sees Baby Yoda heal Apollo Creed. But
oh, yeah.
When he's like, oh, this may, or at some point, I don't know if it's actually at that moment, but he says, well, now the story about the Mudhorn makes more sense. I've heard of this kind of thing, meaning the Force, which we're only 5 years after Return of the Jedi. How come no one knows what the Force is?
See, but that's the thing, too, that I was wondering was...
Brandon made this point when we recorded the very first episode of this. And I kind of saw his point then, but it's been glaring ever since. We're 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Correct.
So we're like 35 years removed from Jedi ruling the universe.
Right.
And being the universe's police force, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think in 50 years I'd forget the NYPD if they disappeared tomorrow.
No, because there'll always be memories.
So how does no one know what a Jedi is?
That is true.
Like, or if the Catholic religion disappeared tomorrow, right? All the churches just shut down. We'd all be like, I remember that thing called Christmas. It wouldn't be like, I've heard of such a thing.
Yeah, it's
this
way
is
back
weird.
when.
There's our cross. Like, that wouldn't happen. Like, we'd all know exactly what we're talking about.
Tennis rackets were used for shoes way back when. Yeah, no,
Right.
No, I understand that, and I think I'm not going to do a jumping jack because
you are doing something.
I'm trying not to.
There's no explanation for why they don't understand.
There isn't. And
I tried doing it with Brandon in episode 1 because they were in the far reaches of the galaxy and maybe they didn't know so much about what was going on. Because they've always made a point, like in the original trilogy, that where they were was kind of outside the reach of the Galactic Empire. It was kind of outside the reach of any formalized universal governments before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you'd still think they'd hear about these guys running around the galaxy just shooting, using lightsabers to block bullets. Like, that just seems like that would be a natural thing to know.
Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me there's a guy in a robe with a ponytail?
I didn't say anything about a robe
and he's running around with a light sword. And
yes.
The thing comes up and
Saber,
it blocks bullets.
Well, laser bullets.
Wow. Red laser bullets.
Yeah, green ones too, maybe.
Wow.
And the laser saber?
Yeah.
Comes in different colors.
No.
Sometimes it's red. Sometimes it's green. Sometimes it's blue. Sometimes it changes from green to blue, blue to green.
Wow.
Sometimes it's purple.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. What about yellow?
I think so.
Oh, my gosh. That's cool.
You need stones.
I want one.
Little stones that go in it.
I want stones like
for the
to go in
cheap
a
price
glove?
of $200, you can have your very own. So...
That reminds me, can you make a list for me next time you go down? Oh man, but I mean, no, honestly, this was a great setup for what will come to be the season finale.
Which I think is why episode 6 was handled as a one-off with just character development, because I felt like the way stories told today, like you can almost say that the finale is an 8-part finale. Like, stories just run start to finish now. That is not really that to be continued. Every episode is to be continued now. So I feel like, and it was ingenious that they wrote a one-off for number 6 so that they broke from the story just enough to come back to it to give you a true 2-part finale.
Yeah. I could see that.
Because this is where we get the call from, oh man, we got to get better at character names. We really do.
Yeah,
this is awful. So, the head of the guild,
the old man,
Apollo Creed,
okay,
calls him and tells him, I have a way to free your name. Let's meet up. And again, we're going to double cross Mando. That's the plan. The plan is for them to kill Mando and take the baby. For whatever reason, they're going to wait days to do this. They're not going to kill him almost immediately. But I guess because they were trying to isolate him from her and whatever, and she wasn't having it, which was cool. I like that. Because when she's first arguing, you're like, come on, man. Just stop. Just let him go. Yeah. And then you kind of realize later that the reason why she was so, insistent on being at his side is because she didn't really trust them either. Or maybe that's not what it was, but it's a good thing she didn't trust them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, yeah.
They get attacked by these dragon things.
Yeah,
he gets poisoned. Baby Yoda fixes him. And that's when he decides not to go through with the plan. He's actually going to help Mando get free of all this. And he shoots his own assassins, essentially.
Yeah, he shoots the ones that were planned on killing him.
Yeah.
I think the Apollo Creed Epiphany was just a ploy to get the whole band back together. But there's got to be another plan in action. You can't just have one let it fail. There's got to be something else, like a backup, a plan B in this, and we won't see it for now. We won't see it probably until season 2, or if Apollo Creed turns good, then he becomes part of the Mandalorian crew. But I really, another big thing I think was, well, no, I was in 8, but I do like the Gina Carano character because it pretty much has Mando on an even keel, keeps him sane, to say. I enjoy that one. I enjoy that character a lot. I mean, it's one of those things that actually fit, with the main character as well. The Apollo Creed, yeah, but something tells me that, again, Scoundrel's going to have plans. And there's going to be something that's going to go on, and we won't see it till season 2, so. But I think, the arrival of the bad guy, the Black Hat, which we see at the end of 7 and beginning 8, I think this guy is, he is the ultimate Black Hat. There is a plan. The baby is needed, but for what? That's the problem, and we won't get to see it. We don't.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the fact that we didn't get a true answer on the baby in season 1, but that's for the next episode.
Yeah.
So moving along in this story, so now we do see that they tell the Ugnaught, take Baby Yoda back to the ship, lock it down. Nothing on this planet can get in if you do that. They're going to go into the town. He's going to pretend that he was taken by her, and then they're all bringing him into the Imp, and he says, "Oh, he only has like 4 stormtroopers with him." Yeah, it's a city of stormtroopers.
Of course.
Okay, thanks.
I thought you said 4. No, there's about 22.
Yeah, no, well, they're not really his. Oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but anyway, at some point, they realize the jig is up, and they're not going to be able to just kill this guy and move on real easy. And they also finally realize that, and this is the thing that I guess we didn't realize until then, he's not the one who really wants him.
No.
He's working for someone. We don't exactly know who at first, but he's working for someone. That's when they tell the Imp, hurry up, get back to the ship, and he doesn't make it. He gets shot and killed, and then you see, it's kind of like Harry Potter, but you see them like fly by and just scoop up Baby Yoda.
Right, the biker scouts, yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the whole Ugnaught arc for this episode really set up, and I can understand, your wife and your son being upset that, he